My name's Token D Rock here with another stream. It is Friday, September 9th, 10:29 a.m. Central Standard Time if you're watching us live. Overall crypto market cap is sitting just above $1 trillion at $1.037 trillion. Bitcoin dominance still below 40%, sitting right now at 38.8%. ETH dominance at 20.3%. Bitcoin did take a beating as we discussed 2 days ago, and it has rallied a bit since then, sitting just above $21,000. Ethereum's been rallying pretty decently uh, in retrospect to in comparison to Bitcoin, because we do have the ETH 2.0 merge coming up ahead. Um, so that's kind of sending Ethereum rallying as a result. We also have Binance coin nearing $300 again. Cardano was chilling at 44 cents. Now it's almost 50 cents. So we can see some of these altcoins have gone on a little bit of a rally. Cosmos has been really killing it as of late. Me and my buddy are speculating that maybe Cosmos is going to be the next huge crypto to, or next big crypto to blow off. So maybe like Cosmos pulls something like Luna or something. I don't know. Maybe hopefully without all the scandals and all the liquidations and such. But Cosmos bottomed out in June right around 570, maybe one as low as 560. I can correct me if I'm wrong. And as you can see, it's done over a 2x, nearing a 3x, even in a bear market. So pretty nuts. Looking at the 1 hour chart, we can see that the bulls are kind of struggling to get above the line of support right at 21,100. Last time we saw this price action was back here, just about two weeks ago, roughly speaking. The bulls couldn't really break much higher than 21.8, so ultimately the bears took charge and brought us below 20,000, which is where we kind of oscillated around 19.9 for a bit. Ultimately, the bears took charge again, drove price basically down to 18.5, and since then the bulls have been in control, but we'll see if their efforts are um, stomped out ultimately or not. And then looking at the 1 day chart, we can see that Bitcoin is kind of following this trend line, as if this is quote unquote the bottom, which I don't think it is, because I'm going to show you guys in a little bit, but CPI numbers coming out, the Fed's next meeting and such. I think ultimately we will go lower, but if it respects this trend line, this is a trend line that we may want to possibly pay attention to. Next time the Fed's meeting is February 20th and 21st. So essentially, we'll find out if we're going to get a 50 basis points rate hike, or 75 or 100 even potentially. I think the market is anticipating a 50 basis point rate hike. I don't think most people are anticipating 75 or 100, but personally, I would like to see just a mini little shakeout to the downside, just to like 16K, just to kind of show people that there's definitely room for, there's some more room to go down and to not be super cocky, because um, we could be in this range between 15 and like 35 or 40K for the next year, maybe even like 15 months. And then right around the next Bitcoin halving, maybe in a month or two before Bitcoin starts rallying a bit. and anticipation. Um, but yeah, who knows? I don't have a crystal ball. Not financial advice. Not a financial advisor. And also we have the August CPI numbers coming out in just about 4 days' time. So Tuesday, that may drive the sentiment in the market to the downside, but again, no one knows for sure. Fidelity is launching Bitcoin trading for retail customers in November. Fidelity has $4.3 trillion assets under their management. That's pretty nuts. Um, we'll see if this kind of sends Bitcoin flying or maybe diving. Who knows? Just in, Coinbase, FTX, Binance, and other exchanges fall under SEC jurisdiction, says SE chair. California is to declare level 3 grid emergency, one step away from rolling power outages. Not looking good over in California. California mandates 100% EVs by 2035. They're at about 12% right now, and they already have blackouts. Here's Gavin Newsom saying everyone needs to buy an EV. Here's Padme. I'll be able to charge it, right? And he looks at her more sternly. She's like, right. Just in, crypto assets could hinder U.S. climate efforts coming from the White House. I'm not sure why they're hell bent on that narrative, considering Bitcoin, as we can see, uses a hell of a lot less megatons of CE2. Sorry, CO2, not CE2. CO2 in comparison to the gold industry, global banking system, data centers, tumble dryers, air conditioners and electric fans, marine transport sector, aviation industry. I would like to see an illustration of where electric vehicles rely on the, like, where they kind of come and play this, because you burn coal in an effort to power the EVs, to charge the EVs and such. So that's kind of something that I wish this graph illustrated. Here we kind of reading the briefing. Consider legislation to ban proof of work, Bitcoin mining. So basically, if we read into this, the Environmental Protection Agency, the Department of Energy, and other federal agencies should provide technical assistance, initiate, develop effective evidence-based environmental performance standards for the responsible design, development, use of environmentally responsible crypto asset technologies. These should include standards for very low energy intensities, low water usage, low noise generation, clean energy usage by operators, and standards that strengthen over time for additional carbon-free generation to match or exceed the additional electricity load of these facilities. Should these measures prove ineffective at reducing impacts, the administration should explore executive actions, and Congress might consider legislation to limit or eliminate the use of high energy intensity consensus mechanisms for crypto asset mining. So, and then they also say miners validate Bitcoin transactions. Oof. They're not too crazy about that, because they can't theoretically stop the network even if they wanted to, and that's something that they don't have control over. Is something they're not happy about. They're not going to want technology that they don't have. They don't want a technology taking off that they have no control over. White House, Bitcoin mining powered by vented methane is more likely to help achieve U.S. climate objectives. Bitcoin is good for the environment. Again, just trying to earn some brownie points, even after damning Bitcoin and POW to death. Meanwhile, Prince Philip of Serbia is saying Bitcoin is freedom, something I want for Serbia and the world. Interesting how the two contrast between Prince Philip of Serbia, and then Joe Biden as president of the United States. Here we have a meme. The Bitcoin miners making a lot of noise. No, Bitcoin bad for environment. What? I can't hear you. He's just earning some Satoshis and stuff. It's pretty hilarious. Um, Meanwhile, over in the EU, proposing a mandatory target for reducing electricity use at peak hours in order to flatten the curve. Again, it's weird terminology similarities between flatten the curve regarding COVID and then now regarding towards reducing electricity and such. Press hard if you don't give a fuck what the White House says about Bitcoin. European Central Bank raises interest rates by 75 basis points, its biggest increase ever, or 0.75%. That's pretty crazy. I think ECB has been pretty late to the party. Not saying the US hasn't printed a crap ton of money that it can't afford to pay back, but we did start, our Federal Reserve started to more or less start baking in these Fed rate hikes moving forward. We started a bit earlier, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't know. Probably more rate hikes to come, but I'd say 3 to 6 months personally. That's what I'm gonna figure. Swiss authorities threaten with prison for heating houses above plus 19 degrees. So if you overheat your home, you're likely to potentially be threatened with the idea of imprisonment. Under new leadership, UK scraps fracking ban amid energy crisis. New British Prime Minister Liz Truss is attempting to tackle the massive energy crisis facing Britons. She has reversed course on Boris Johnson's anti-fracking policy. Again, interesting considering over in Switzerland you can be threatened with the idea of being imprisoned for heating your house too much. Meanwhile, over in the UK, they're having a reverse on the idea of fracking. Evergrande's Hong Kong headquarters has been seized by a lender after defaulting on a loan and twice failed to sell the building. Domino's, again, is there more stuff to come in China? More stuff to melt down? Only time will tell. This is Biden's White House monkeypox coordinator, Dmitry Daskalakis. No, I'm not making this up. Like, what is going on? Clown world. Nearly 1 in 4 Democratic voters believe men can get pregnant. I'm not sure who believes this personally. I don't believe in this, but I would like to be proven wrong. If you guys can inform me, let me know. Um, but following the White House's logic, if you're not agreeing with the majority of people, you're holding extreme views or ideas. And I guess by the White House's logic, this 1 in 4 Democratic voters are extremists. That's just what they said, not me. DC Mayor Muriel Bowser announces public emergency over migrants being bused to DC from Texas and Arizona. How it started, the district is a sanctuary city, which means law enforcement does not cooperate with ICE. As council member, I have called for an abolition, of ICE and wrote DC's law to establish permanent immigrant legal services fund. Read full remarks here. And then now she's saying the governors of Texas and Arizona have created this crisis and have turned us into a border town. It's interesting how they're complaining of becoming something that many towns in Texas and Arizona have to experience. they being a border town, they have to deal with a absurd amount of illegal immigrants that come through. I'm not. I wish there was a better solution, but um, Texas and Arizona and governors have taken matters into their own hands, and to kind of spread to show DC what they're dealing with, they felt it was necessary to uh, bus loads of illegal immigrants over to DC to make the people there kind of realize what's at stake here. Anyways, don't eat pork. This TikToker was fired after exposing how plastics are getting into pig feed, and these are the states where feeding plastics to your your cattle or whatever, your pigs, is allowed. Interesting, something to point out is that like states like Illinois, Wisconsin, Oklahoma, Kansas, um, you know, there's a good amount of states in the Midwest that aren't on board with this. And so maybe something to pay attention to when you're out at the grocery store buying pigs and other meats. Comedian David A. Arnold posted this to social media on Saturday. Yesterday, he died suddenly and unexpectedly. He was 54 years old. Looks to be a pretty athletic dude, working out all the time. And these sudden, unexpected deaths seem to be pretty frequent nowadays. Um, just to show you what this is, hold on. Sudden arrhythmic death syndrome is a sudden, unexpected death of adolescents and adults, mainly during sleep. One relatively common type is known as Brugada syndrome, but all I'm gonna say is this stuff has been happening way too frequently. I don't know why, but this is huge. Judge gives Fauci 21 days to turn over emails with social media giants. What was exactly discussed between Dr. Fauci and these social media giants? Who knows? But supposedly he has roughly 20 to 21 days to uh, give the emails up. What's interesting is that one last thing that I'll leave with you guys is that 107,000 fentanyl deaths is not an emergency, but 19,000 monkeypox cases with 0 deaths is, again, another example of the clown world we live in. Anyways, guys, I will see you Monday morning, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. If you did, if you're over on YouTube, please like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell to be notified when we go live next. I will see you guys all then.